Hey there, welcome back. Looks like you might be interested in quadratic formula. Now this is a really interesting one, and if you can't get this on the test, or cumulative, you're done for. So that's why you came here to look at what I've got. In some sort of way. I'm going to show you, I'm going to put my brain of what I know into your brain, so you'll learn it really well. So the first thing is quadratic formula that you need to memorize. That is y equals negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over, or divided by, 2a. Now for some of you that are visual learners, I have done myself a visual diagram. So you guys are going to want to take notes on that. Now look at that. Now isn't that visual? So you have the y equals negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac, and that's in a square root, over or divided by 2a. Now the reason why I'm so repetitive about this is because, well, that is quadratic formula. So you're going to want to put your equation into the 0 equals ax squared minus bx plus c. And that is the most important thing right there. So let's go back to what we're doing. Alright. Hey there, I'm back. Alright, so what my equation that I've made for you, it's a real snazzy one, which is x squared minus 4x plus 66 equals negative 6. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make it equal 0 like we did, or like right there we showed to you. And for those of you that need extra help, you can just go ahead and ask Mr. Oompa Loompa. Okay, so the first thing, we're going to have the negative 6, so how do you make that 0? You're going to want to add 6. There you go. How'd you know? Add 6 on each side. Now isn't that beautiful? So what you're going to have basically is, what do you got, is 0 equals x squared minus 4x plus 72. Okay? Because that 6 is adding on to the 66, and you're not going to add it to the negative 4x. That wouldn't make any sense. That wouldn't make any sense. It would be added to the 66, and that would get you 72. Okay? So what you're going to want to do, you have this equation. So you're gonna look at that. You can compare it. So what you're going to want to do is negative, which we have right there, or y equals. We'll do y equals first. Negative, put in parentheses, negative 4, which is right there. That would be b. Okay. Plus or minus. Anyone tell me? You got it. Negative 4 squared. Now don't forget the squared. Minus 4 times. Now you say, hey Dane, why isn't there a number in front of there? We say, well, that actually is a hidden 1. Surprise. Okay, so then it's going to be 1 times, now you got it, 72. And that's going to be over 2 times 1, once again. Now, the next thing is 4, because that would be a negative and a negative, so it would be 4 plus or minus 16 minus 288 over 2. Now, then, it's 4 plus or minus square root of negative 272. Now, it looks like I'm running out of little room, so we're going to take notes on this, then we're going to go, I'm going to erase it, and then we're going to go to the next thing. So 272 divided by 2. Okay? So now you say, well, hey, Dane, we need to figure out 272. I say, well, that is a good question. That's the next thing we're doing. Alright, so 272. We're going to think about that. So 272. 136. I want you doing this with me too. I don't want to just be doing the work. 68. 34. And 2 and 17. Okay? So then we're going to want to go back. So we have So we have 2 and 2, and we have 2 and 2. Okay? And we also have a 17, which we have to keep in mind. Okay, so we're going to go back to here. So it goes from... So when we have this 4 plus or minus negative 272 divided by 2, which then goes and turns into 4 plus or minus I divided square root of 272. You want that I because that negative, because you can't have a negative square root. That's just silly. The next thing is, we're going to, since we then just did that, the 2 and the 2 and then the 17, we're going to have 4 plus or minus 4. And they say, hey Dane, why? Well, that's because when you're going back to the 2, 2, 2, 2, and the 17, that will get you the square, would be 4i times the square root of 17 still, because you can't go any further than that without getting basically without getting, you know, crazy numbers. And we don't want crazy numbers. We want this to be simple. Divide by 2. You can't forget that. And then now would be a good time to divide by 2, if you can believe that. So then after you divide by 2, that would get you 2 plus or minus 2i 17. Okay, square root of 17. And that would be your answer. So I'll rewrite it nice and big for you kids. 2 plus or minus 2i square root 17. Now isn't that a beauty? That's just lovely.